for an event, just the frizz, but I can't do anything about it, so I'm just gonna leave it be. That's about it. I'm ready. Oh, can't forget my purse. This was a gift from my mother-in-law. I think it's time to go. I'm super excited for this event.
A few moments later.
I got so ready for the book fair, but guess what? It hasn't even started. It starts tomorrow. I just saw an ad that it's starting. I saw where it was and I just went there. I didn't even see the dates. I didn't check the dates. Am I crazy or what?
There was literally a baking class happening there, and there was a huge section of cookbooks. It's a thing I've noticed here in the UAE. Cookbooks are loved a lot, and most bookstores and libraries have a huge section of them.
Still have my heart on one of these because they are so pretty with the gold edges. Such pretty books.
This was primarily a book fair, but it had a very literature festival vibe. Bookstalls were in one corner, then there were kiosks of multiple literature and art related brands, and there were a few halls with multiple activities, lectures, and talks going on. The second cool thing after the baking class was these information terminals, which you could use to search for the events happening there and even check the availability of the books that you wanted. Of course, I did some book shopping. I got this Fiber for Life because it seemed like a really pretty book from the inside. Also, I really wanted to start collecting some kitchen books and have a bookshelf there. I still wanted but have postponed the plan for now. I also got this Building a Second Brain. I usually don't buy self-help books, but this one I was just too curious to read. I have left it halfway through because I just find it very difficult to read self-help stuff. It's so bland, I just can't. Got these two fiction books and I'm really excited to read them both soon. Look at this beautiful view of Sharjah from our parking spot.
Hello, I'm Aruha and welcome to my channel. My November was very eventful in a very creative, bookish way. I attended Sharjah International Book Fair and then I went to Paperworld, UAE, and then I sort of went on a tangent and then ended the month with a book sale event. In this video, I'm taking you along with me on all these events so you can mark your calendars for these events later this year.
This event was at the World Trade Center, which is such a prime location. This event had 3 sections: stationery, gifts, and lifestyle. I was mostly interested in stationery. It was also the biggest and the best, so I won this Uniball Zento pen, the smaller and chubbier size of it. Anyways, the stationery section was crazy. It had stalls from so many brands, big and small. Nothing here was for sale though. It was a very businessy thing where these stationery brands were showcasing their products to distributors or whatever. At least this is what I could get by talking to a few people there. I pretty much had this idea before I went there, but I was curious to attend this event because it was free and accessible to everyone. So I didn't have any reason to miss out on it, and I'm glad I didn't. Nothing like the Moleskine supremacy. They had such a big and beautiful stall. Their representatives were kind and friendly. They had no business talking to me, but they were happy to just chat with me. Also, they had recently launched these beautiful diaries. They were so premium, and the best part was that they were giving away free diaries to literally everyone who showed up, and also personalizing them with their names. Look at this beautiful diary I got. I mean, how cool is that? Look at these beautiful pens. I have no idea why I did not take pictures of each brand that I liked, because I'm pretty sure I could get their stuff from Kinokuniya or Amazon. As if this whole event was not cool enough, there was a free painting class happening in the middle of it. It was so cute. I am not into these Kinder diaries, but if you are, you would have gone crazy at this stall. I got to know about this brand, Carchivo. They had such amazing diaries and related products. I was in love. Anyways, these are the freebies I got, and I'm excited about them to this day. I was feeling very inspired and creative by these two events and sort of wanted to feed that energy a bit more. So I went to the Dubai Design District, which is a very cute area, and there are always so many people just working and hanging out there. I had lunch at a cute place, read some, did a bit of research on a couple of writers and their books, and just enjoyed being out there in the sun. It was a great day. To my hair, but wow, I'm almost here in one piece after I think 4 or 5 years. Oh, years. Well, it seems definitely like that, but 4 or 5 hours of being on the move. Big Bad Wolf is a book sale that happens every year in the UAE. I went there with a huge list of books that I wanted to read, and they barely had any. It was fun to visit this book sale, but honestly, it was not as huge, or you could say varied enough. Mostly, it was just viral contemporary books that I find to be really bad. I did end up buying a few books though. I wouldn't have if I knew how long and painful the queue was going to be. Let me show you what I got. The first on the list is a book by John Steinbeck. I absolutely love his novellas. I have already read this one and loved it so much. It's been a while since I read Of Mice and Men, which is considered to be his best novella, but now, after reading this one, I am not so sure. It's that good. The second book here is actually 3 books in one. It's the New York trilogy by Paul Auster. It was on my list since I read a review of it on Cosmoetica. For those who don't know, Cosmoetica is a website by Dan Schneider, who is a great and much underrated writer. You have to check him out. You have to check Cosmoetica because I literally go to it before I go anywhere when I need recommendations. Anyway, I read the first of the 3 books, City of Glass. It's good, but not something I enjoyed as much, so I left the other 2 books for now. Oh, and I picked this book completely on my own, and I'm currently reading it and loving it so much. I'm always scared to pick up a new writer that I've not heard about, but I'm so happy I took a chance. Actually, I was in the mood to take chances because most of the books on my list were not available, and also I just wanted to pick stuff out of the blue based completely on my instinct. The next book is by Isaac Asimov. We all know about him, but we have not read him, and that's not very nice. So of course I picked a book by him that is considered to be his best, and I'm excited to read it. This next one is another chance I took. I've heard the name Jerome K. Jerome, but I have no idea about him, if he's any good or what his style is, so I'm definitely excited to read this one too. I don't like the cover or the paperback quality of this. In fact, most of the books there were not very high quality and not as cheap as they should have been considering the quality of the paperback or as was marketed. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Again, I've not even heard of the name Graham Greene. I read a couple of pages of this book and thought it might be a good read, so I took another chance. Goodness, I must have been feeling very adventurous.
Hello again. So I bought a total of 10 books this year, which is a lot. Let me show you all of them together so you can see what I mean by a lot. There they are. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. There was a time when I used to buy upwards of 30 books a year, but in the last 3 to 4 years, I've not bought many. That's because Azhar, who's my husband, gifted me a Kindle. It's Kindle Paperwhite 10th generation for those who are interested. I was very reluctant towards this device earlier, but now I love it and read pretty much everything on it. For example, I have a paperback of Cannery Row by John Steinbeck, which is a wonderful, wonderful book, and I ended up reading it on my Kindle. So yeah, and this is the next book that I'm going to be reading, and I've decided actually to not read it on Kindle because this is a very high quality paperback and the cover is nice, the pages are nice, the smell is amazing. So I've decided to go full on paperback. And then there is this Goodbye to Berlin, which I'm currently reading, and again, I'm reading it on Kindle most of the times. The thing is that my reading habit has moved to just before bed, so it's just more convenient to pick up Kindle because I can read with my lights turned off, I can read when I am in the blanket. It's just easier that way. So yeah, coming back to the point, I do think I splurged a little bit too much on books last year. So I've decided to be more aware of buying books in 2025. And I'm gonna try not to buy any books at all. Or maybe at least 3 or 5. We'll see, but I mostly read on Kindle, so there's no point in buying books. And honestly, I do have a lot of paperbacks, so I'll just try to finish them first before I go buy more books. For now, that's about it. Oh yeah, I just want you to note that this is my 5th video on YouTube, and honestly, this feels like a milestone because it takes a lot of time and effort to create on YouTube. So please like this video, comment on it. In fact, tell me what are you reading right now, and we'll chat about it. And please don't forget to subscribe. Your support means the world to me. So yeah, have a great day. Bye.